Hey everybody, this is Larry. This is me going with Q2 of the biweekly contest 74, maximize number of subsequence in a string. So this one I was feeling a little bit sad about because you can see I got the wrong answer. That cost me maybe not a win, but very close to it, especially including the China server. But hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me on Discord, show me a little bit of support for this one. No. So I think there are a couple of ways you can solve this one. I mean, the same idea, but but the implementation could be different, and different implementation lead to different edge cases. And this is a minor decision that I made that led to this issue. So yeah. So for example, for this one, I'll go over my code and I'll go over how I would have fixed it a little bit. But or like I'm not gonna lie, I fixed it by a case analysis hacking type thing, but there could be a more beautiful way, and I'll go over that in a little bit. So hit the subscribe button, but I think join me on Discord so then we can chat about this problem. Let me know what you think about this one, because I think a lot of people had issues on this one on my Discord. But yeah, let's see. Anyway, I think the couple observations you should make about this problem. The first one is that, you know, if the character's not in the pattern, then you could get rid of it. It doesn't matter. I mean, it also doesn't matter even if you keep it, if you write it in a different way. But the way that I wrote it, or my first observation is that it doesn't matter. So then you distill it into the characters that are in pattern. And then from that, the number of subsequence, of course, is a problem that has come up on Leetcode on other mediums before. I don't know that I agree that it should be a Q2, to be honest, in terms of difficulty, because that kind of problem is kind of tricky. If you haven't done it before, it is called, I call it, or the way that I think about it is using prefix dynamic programming is the foundation for it. Of course, you don't need it per se, and there are other ways you can figure this part out, but it also is probably like I said, it's a very hard thing if you haven't done it before, and you have to kind of do a lot of exploration to get the time that you see other people get. Like maybe not this one, but you see people do it in 3-4 minutes, and that's how they do it, right? It's just by a lot of this practice. Yeah, so, and we'll go over that in a little bit. But so yeah, actually let's go over that without the added without the one operation thing once, right? So let's say you have, oops. So let's say you have this pattern, right? Mostly because I don't have to remove stuff. I'll add a couple of A's and B's, right? So the idea here, and the pattern is obviously AB. The idea here is that going from left to right, you can just, you know, if this is an A, then you go, okay, there's one A. We've seen one A, we've seen 2A, we've seen 3A, and then now this is a B, right? To make A B, we just see how many possible A's are there previously, right? So then now the total is going to be 3 at this point, at this junction, right? And then now we go here, we see 4, A is equal to 4. Here, A is equal to 5. Here, you see the B. Well, how many A's are there to make it appear, right? Well, that's going to be 8. And then we do it again for this one, so another 5, 5, 5, so another 15, so this is 23, right? So that's basically the idea, and you could codify it, and that's, you know, it shouldn't be that bad, and that's the way that I did it mostly. So then the question is, well, there are 2 questions, but I'll do it in this order. There are 2 questions. One is, how do you maximize this by adding ones, right? Well, the short answer is that it's greedy. Let's say you have this thing and this pattern again, right? Then you have two things you can do. One is you could add an A, or you could add a B. Well, where would you add an A, right? And this is I hope this is very intuitive and I don't have to mathematically prove it, but obviously you put an A in the beginning because that will allow you to maximize the usage of B. Technically, I guess you just need to be before the first B, but putting it in the beginning will guarantee that, right? Or you could add a B, but at the end. So same idea, get all the A's in front of you, and then just do it one more time. So that's basically the idea here, and that's the entire solution. So there is one case in which, depending on how you implement it, could lead to issues. For example, let's say, let's just use all A's. This is all A's, and then you have AA, right? So if you do what I said, it's still true, but I just coded 5 wrong. For example, here, the first A, first we add all the previous A's, because this is the next A and there's none, so this is, well, start again, sorry. So this is 0. And then after that, you increment A. And then now to the second A, well, there's one previous A, so it's 1. And then now we increment A. So that's basically the idea. And then now we'll go over the code. And that is basically what I did. But I added this pattern here because I wasn't thinking, I was trying to like a really fast way of fixing it. But the short answer is that I kind of wrote this in a way that, okay, we'll go over the code. So here I filter out everything that's not in pattern. It's not necessary, but that's the way that I did it. And then here we just, like I said, we either add the first character to the beginning or the second character to the end, and then take the max of those two. Here I special coded it. You don't really need it, but that's the way that I did it. So what I should have done instead, so what I did is that I special cased out pattern 0 and pattern 1 so that these are mutually exclusive. But a very easy thing that I could have done is just change this to, if I had just written this instead, without the else, this should have been good, right? Because we can actually even test it out. Right? Yeah, so this will have 1, this have 3, and this would have been good. But because I wrote it the way that I did before, it gave me a wrong answer, and I was trying to fix it very quickly. But yeah. But that's basically the idea, and this is the cleaner version of the code, though maybe you could rename some variables for sure. What is the complexity here, right? Well, this filter is going to be linear time, not that you necessarily need it. And this go function is also going to be linear time because of, and of course, you can do this in constant space, but I did not because I got lazy and I just do a string concatenation, which is linear space, but you could have done it in constant space. If you look at this function, it really is just constant space, right? And of course, yeah, linear time, linear space is the way that I did it during the contest. If I had more time and trying to make it pretty, I would do it in linear time, constant space. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I have, but you can see that sometimes very small situations like that, like just very small and new, like just writing it slightly differently. And some of this is a grasp of understanding, which I, like if this was one of the example cases, I would have gotten it right and would have, but sometimes that's the way it goes. And even someone who's very practiced, or I don't know about that practiced, but someone who has experience still make these mistakes. So it's okay, it happens. Just learn from it, and hopefully I learn from it for next time though. Yeah. Cool. That's all I have for this one. In terms of explanation, you could watch me solve it during the contest next, and remember that you see the mistake I make, and then try to debug it, and then try to figure it out, and then test again. So maybe that's interesting to you. Let me know what you think, and you could fast forward it as well, obviously. Anyway, it's coming out now. Oh, I see. Maybe. Let's see. This is an annoying one for QP, but it's not bad. Okay. There's an easier way though. That's a little bit weird, maybe. Oops. Huh. Did I misunderstood? Oh. Yikes. The double character one. The double character one. Okay, fine. Okay. So this is the length, and then it's just this. Whoops. What is hey, thanks for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me on Discord. Let me know what you think about this problem, the explanation, and this contest in general. Especially come on Discord because there are a lot of smart people there, a lot of top 25 people, including me. So yeah, anyway, stay good, stay healthy, to good mental health. Take care of yourself, take care of others, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.